They're 70, so it's a big deal. It's a super big deal. It's a life-changing opportunity. Like I said, it's not every day you get to hear Les Brown speak. It's not every day you get to take a picture with Les Brown. It's not every day that you get to be in the same room with Les Brown, right? Or even have your name mentioned with Les Brown. So super excited. If you are part of our organization, we are super big on personal development, because we know that when we know better and when we can give more, we can be a bigger service to other people. So quick reminder, let me stop share. My name is Odetta King. I am a senior marketing director here with WFG, and I've been with the business for about 6 years now. Love it. I am an educator at heart. I love teaching. I love giving value. And 6 years ago, when this opportunity was presented to me, I was at the college where I teach. And, someone pulled me aside after an event that we had, and they said, what do you do besides teaching in school? And I said, well, I'm always on social media teaching people how to stack their coins, right? How to stack their coins. And the guy said, you know what? I'm going to invite you to an event we have coming up. It's going to be in the Bronx, and I would love for you to come and just see what we do, right? I got there, and actually, let me backtrack. I love to give these stories. Let me show you guys the book. So he gifted me this book, right? As you can see, it's all beaten up, right? And in this book, it's called Saving Your Future, right? And the day that I joined this organization was Thursday, right? Thursday, August 10th, if you can see. Thursday, August 10th at Hostos Community College, right? Hostos Community College, Thursday, August 10, 2017. I got my code 55SXE, and it's been, it's such a humbling experience. I'm so glad I kept that book. I'm so glad when I joined, I made this note to myself, and so it's a priceless opportunity. So what you guys are gonna hear tonight is what I heard 6 years ago when it comes to money. A lot of us, we may go to a job and we graduate from school, we don't learn anything about finance, we get a job, we make some money, and some of us might be growing it, some of us might not know how to grow it, or some of us, we grow it and then we lose it all. So tonight, our company is on a massive campaign for financial education. I can tell you firsthand as an educator, we don't teach this in school. Even if you were to study finance, you're still not going to learn this stuff, because we teach you how to make money for corporations and not necessarily make money for ourselves, or how to keep that money for ourselves. So we're super big on education. Because again, everything starts with knowing. When you know better, you do better, right? So I'm going to be tag teaming here tonight with my business partner, Shaman. And tonight we're talking about IUL versus the world. A lot of you may or may not know what is an IUL. Well, you're about to find out tonight, right? A lot of us, we want to build wealth. We want to build wealth. We want to be wealthy. We want to understand how money works. And, it could be for financial freedom. It could be, you want to save for your retirement. It could be maybe that you want to save for your kids' future. Or, just have financial future certainty and ultimately build wealth. I was talking to a client of mine today, and it's such a blessing. The things that we put in place for him, and he doesn't have any kids like me, but the things that we put in place for him first, and then ultimately when all of us pass away, paying it forward to the next generation. I said to him, you know what? I mean, it's just doing this. Like, think about what you're doing right now. If somebody had done this for you, where would you be today? We're paying it forward. When we sit with families and we put strategies in place, not only we're helping that person, but we're also helping their persons, their beneficiaries, the next person in their family bloodline. So how do we build wealth, right? How do we build wealth? Well, there's so much information out here, right? And everyone has their own agenda. But again, we lead with education, right? Because when you know better, you're going to do better, right? Education. So there's a lot of information out there, right? So how do you build wealth? Well, you have market volatility, stock market going up, stock market going down. You have inflation erosion going on, right? Everything is going up. It's getting more expensive. It's not getting cheaper. We all know this, right? We feel it in the grocery store. And then there's a lot of confusion. Like one person is saying this, another person is saying this. Like, which one do I go with, right? This is why, again, we lead with education, right? And then there's a lot of options. There's more than one way of building wealth. There's a lot of options, right? But then there's also some complexities. And then there's, some accounts where you put your money may have fees, some doesn't have fees, some has more fees. I can tell you the average person don't even understand these statements when they get it, right? So that's a clear lack of financial education. I said it earlier, and as an educator myself, we do not teach this in school. It is not mandated. And the people who are learning personal finance, they're not even learning how to manage their own finance. But guess what? There is hope. And this is why we do these webinars to the public. Our company is throughout the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. We have offices in every major city and state. Thanks to COVID, business has quadrupled, and now we're all working from home, which makes it super easy for us to have more clients. So how can we help? Well, we're going to be going over a powerful financial concept for you to decide on what investment works best for you. We're also going to compare apple to apple with traditional investment plans versus an unconventional plan that outperforms, right? That outperforms them all while also providing benefits. After this webinar, you will know how much interest you'll need to earn on your money for it to grow and outpace inflation. You're also going to know how big of an effect taxes have on your money, right? So it's one thing to grow, but are we understanding how taxes is going to eat away at some of that money that we're growing, right? Again, some people may know how to grow the money, but they haven't figured out the tax part, how much they're going to pay in tax to that big, huge money that they've grown. You're also going to learn how to never, yes, I say never, and we mean never, ever lose money to the market volatility, because we know the stock market go up and we love it, but what about when the stock market go down? Nobody wants to talk about it. Well, we're going to show you where you can grow your money and never ever lose to market volatility. We're also going to show you how to build wealth for all your major financial goals. You want to go to college, you want to buy a house, you want to retire, and then when you die, you want to pass it on to your kids. Yes, this one vehicle is going to do all of that. And then we're also going to show you how to beat all other traditional investment. Guys, there's a reason why the rich are getting richer. There's a reason why wealthy people are getting wealthier. They know, or they have access to information that most people do not, right? Most people do not. They know something. There's a reason, right? So let's start with the 3 rules of money. Did you guys know that money has rules? Put a chat in the one if you know money has rules. Money has rules, yes, no. Did you hear about this before? Well, I didn't, right? I didn't hear about money having rules before. Now I do, right? Because I teach it. So the first rule to money is what's called compound interest. And this actually was created by not us, but my uncle, Albert Einstein, right? Uncle Albert Einstein is the one that created compound interest. And what is compound interest? Guys, I'm telling you, the average person don't even understand how compound interest works when it comes to their money. Now, they may have heard compound interest, but how does that affect your money, right? So the formula is you take the number 72 and you're going to divide it by the rate of return. So whatever interest you're getting, take 72 divided by the interest. That will tell you how many years your money is going to double. Guys, I'm telling you, just learning this one rule alone sets you up for success. Because now if you understand and you know this, when you're putting your money somewhere to grow, you want to divide it by 72, and that will give you a number of years your money's going to take to double. So let's say you're getting 4%. Wherever you're putting your money, I don't care, wherever. 72 divided by 4%, your money's going to take 18 years to double. 18 years. That's a long time for it to double. So you have 10,000 today, 18 years it goes to 20, another 18 years it goes to 40. But I'm going to go to the far right. What if you're getting 12%? Because you sat with one of us who are on a campaign for financial education, teaching our community about money and how money works. And now we show you a place where you could get 12%. 72 divided by 12 is 6 years. So now your 10,000 will only take 6 years versus the person who's getting 4%, his money's taking 18 years to double. So I'm going to just look at the audience and pick two people. Let's say Richard and Floyd. Richard is getting 4%. Floyd is getting 12%. They both have $10,000. They're both investing their $10,000. One is getting 4, one is getting 12. Well, guess what? In 36 years, when they look up and see each other in 36 years, Richard would have had 40,000 only, although his money grew. But then Floyd would have 640,000. Mind blowing. All because of compound interest. So we got to look for vehicles where we're getting high interest. The higher the interest, the quicker your money is going to take to double, or the less time your money takes to double. Got it? Right? So this, if you do not know this rule, it's going to work against you. It's going to work against you. How? Let's say you have student loan. Let's say you have a mortgage. Let's say you have car payment. Let's say you have debt. One person debt is at 4%. So his 10,000 that he borrowed will now become 40,000 because it's doubling in 18 years. The other person who is borrowing money at a 12%, his 10,000, he'll end up owing 640,000. Guys, once I learned this rule, it hit me like a ton of brick. If you have debt, you want to do this math and pay off your debt before it doubles. I remember sitting with a client in the very, very first year of my doing this business. And this girl reached out to me. She said, Odetta, I have a lot of debt and I'm paying my debt. Like I'm paying it, but I can't seem to get out of debt. She said, I'm putting 100 and putting 50 and putting 200. Like I'm putting money towards my debt, but I just cannot seem to get out of debt. Well, that's because she did not know the rule of 72. When you know this rule of 72, your credit card, your student loan, your mortgage, any form of debt, you want to do the math. You want to do the math. If they're charging you 10%, 4%, 6%, whatever, do the math and pay it off before it doubles on you. Pay it off before it doubles on you. Now, why would the bank tell us this? Because a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Odetta, how come I don't know about this? How come I never heard about this? How come my financial advisor never told me about this? How come the bank didn't tell me about it? Well, I'm going to ask you the question now. Why should they tell you about it? Why should they tell you about it? Is it in their best interest to educate you about this? Put in the chat. Is it in their best interest to educate you about this? If the banks are going to make money 12%, and you don't know this rule, why would the bank tell you, oh girl, before it doubles, you better pay it off? Why would the bank tell you about this? They're not going to tell you because they're making money off of you. They're making a lot of money off of you. So it's not in their best interest to tell you. This is why we do these educational webinars. So it doesn't matter where you go to invest or save your money, now you know, right? Why when we get a mortgage, they tell you, oh, take 30 years to pay it off? Why? Why do they want you to take 30 years to pay your mortgage? Think about it. The longer you're in debt, the more money they make off of us. The longer we are in debt, the more money they make off of us. So it is not in their best interest to educate us. That's the first rule. Let's talk about the second rule. Oh boy, they got us good. They got us real good on this one. They got us good. Uncle Sam got all of us real good on this rule. Taxes. Another one of my uncles said it best. Everybody's going to pay tax. Everybody's going to pay tax. But you do not want to pay more than your fair share. You do not want to pay more than your fair share. You don't want to pay more. Why would you want to pay extra tax? Right? So how would you pay extra tax? Well, you're going to pay extra tax if you do not know this rule that I'm about to share with you. There's 3 tax families. You could put your money in a checking, savings, CD, stocks, mutual, and these accounts are considered tax now. When you get your paycheck, they tax you before you get your paycheck, right? They tax you. You don't have a choice. They tax you before you get your paycheck. When you put your money in these accounts and your money grows, they're going to tax you again on what's known as capital gains. They tax you again on the growth of your money. Now let's look at the second bucket, which is called tax later. And everybody in the United States of America that has a 401k and love to tell me, oh, Dada, I'm doing good. I'm going to be okay in retirement. I'm like, hold up. Pump your brakes. Did you know you're going to be paying the most taxes on that money? Yes, you will. 100% yes, you will. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not second guessing myself. You're absolutely 100% going to be paying more in taxes. Why? We don't have time to go into all of this, but there is a website that you can Google that shows you as a country how much debt the country is in. So all forms of tax has to increase. So the money that we're putting in these types of accounts, 401k, which almost everybody knows, 403b, 457, IRA, pension, annuity, all of these accounts, once again, we're growing the money. We're growing the money, which is good. We got one check. But the other check that they did not educate us on is the taxes. Now, let me bring you back to this diagram. Do you want to pay tax on $10,000 while your money is little? Or you want to wait until you're 59 and a half, 60, 61, 65, 70, and pay tax on $640,000? Guys, it's a mathematical answer. Even if tax remains the same, for the pessimistic people who are going to say, well, Odetta, I still think taxes are going to go down. It's going to remain the same. Even if it remains the same, your money would have grown. So let's say 10%. Keep it simple. 10% on $10,000 versus 10% on $640,000. Hello, people. Hello, people. This is not a trick question. This is a mathematical equation. Do the math. All we're doing is just educating people. Do the math. 10% on 10,000 versus 10% on 640,000. It's a mathematical equation. So when people say to me, oh, Dada, I'm going to be good, like, I'm happy to hear you're saving. I'm happy to hear that money's going to grow. But what they did not tell you is how much you get to keep is the bigger question. How much do you get to keep? Listen, wealthy people do not like paying taxes. The more money you have, it hurts paying taxes on $1 million. It hurts paying taxes on 1.5. It hurts paying tax on $500,000. Oh yeah. Do the math. Now, tax advantage is where we educate. Again, we lead with financial education. This is what you want to put your money. And you're going to say, well, why, Odetta? Well, you want to pay tax on your money while it's little. Let me go back up here. You want to pay tax on your $10,000 while your money is little. You want to pay tax today while your money is little. So when your money grows to $640,000, hallelujah, you get to keep all of it. And Uncle Sam is not going to like you, but he's going to love these tax later guys. Oh, he's going to love them. He's going to love up on them, right? Because he's going to tax their money first before they even see a penny in their bank account. Over here, he's not going to like us. And this is why you will never ever see the government talking about these plans. You'll never ever see the government mandate people to get these plans. Why? They cannot make money off of us with these plans. So it's not in their best interest to educate us, but we are. We are on the forefront educating our community how these vehicles work. Third rule of money is your investment options. And here, everybody wants to invest. But who did we learn from how to invest? Most people are getting their investment tips from friends, from coworkers. I was on the phone today with a client and I said, well, how did you pick your stocks and your 401k? And he said, well, his coworker did blah, 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 and he just filled out the form the same way. But listen, I did it too, guys. I did it too. When I was in corporate America, I don't know what it was. My manager said, oh, Dada, this is good. Save for your retirement. Pick these funds. You're going to be good. And I did it too. I didn't understand anything. All I know, I'm saving, and it's good for me. People are still doing that today. If their friends are invested in Vanguard, they go open Vanguard. If their friends are invested in Bitcoin, they go open Bitcoin. If their friends go buy stocks in Apple, they go buy stocks in, like, nobody taught us how to invest. So now we're going to show you investment 101. If you put your money with the bank, right, you're going to get safety on your money, but you're not going to get growth on your money because the banks on average give you less than 1%. Let's scoot back up here. Now you know the rule of 72. 72 divided by 1, somebody put it in the chat. If you're getting 1% of the bank, which by the way, the banks are not even giving 1, but I'm just making it simple math. If you get 1% of the bank, you know the rule of 72 now. How many years your money is going to take to double if you're getting 1%? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Now you know the rule of 72, right? So already you're making educated decisions. The bank is giving you 1%. So let's come back here. You're going to get safety on your money, but if the bank is giving you 1%, your money's going to take 72 years to double. Like, bro, some people are not even going to make it to age 72. And even if your money doubles at age 72, like, what is it? What's the purchasing power when inflation is increasing Nothing is going to get cheaper when you and I are 72. It's going to get more expensive when we're 72, right? Or you could put your money in the stock market. And I want you guys to Google for yourself, because again, this is financial education. We are teaching you about money. Google the word variable. What does variable mean? It goes up and down. It goes up and down. So one day you're rich, the other day you're broke. You have no control of your financial future. You don't even know how much money you're going to have when you're 65. You don't know how much money you're going to have when you're 70. There is no certainty. I don't know. You don't know. Why do we want to put our hard-earned money in accounts where we don't know how much we're going to have, and we don't know how much is going to be taxed, so we don't know how much we're going to get to keep? That's a lot of we don't know. But people are doing it. People are doing it because they do not know. So stock market is your 401k, your IRA, your mutual fund, your Vanguard. Yes, you could get rich, but don't hold your breath, because it could also come down. And hope and pray it doesn't come down in a year when you're about to retire, or at a year when your kid's about to go to college. All right, that's variable. There's no safety, but there is growth. So this is the stock market. So you could invest with the bank, you could invest with the stock market, but there's also a third option. You could invest with insurance companies. Most people did not know this. And with insurance company, because by nature, insurance means they're taking the risk from us and they're putting it on themselves. That's why you insure your car. That's why you insure your home. That's why you insure your jewelry. That's why you insure your trip. That's why you got life health insurance. If something were to happen, the company pays for it. So when you invest your money with an insurance company, you are insuring your money. You are insuring your money. Your money is safe because the insurance company is insuring your money. Your money is safe and your money is growing. So now you got the best of both worlds. If you put it with the bank, it's safe, but it's not growing. If you put it in the stock market, it's growing, but there's no guarantee that it's safe. Now insurance company, they're smart. They said, you know what? Let's create a hybrid. Let's create a product where we could have both safety and we could have both growth. And that is called index. This is when you start indexing your money. So you don't have to worry about losing. Your money is growing and your money is safe. And it is insured by the insurance company. So this product is called an IUL. IUL stands for Index Universal Life. Now hold your horses. This is not your typical mom and pop straight whole life or term. No, 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 honey. When I sit with clients and they tell me, oh, Dad, I already got life insurance. Honey, you ain't got index. You ain't got an index account. You probably never even heard about it. Nor the insurance company that got you that term and whole, they did not provide it to you because they do not offer it. Or else if they had offered it, they would have given it to you. Not every company carries index, right? Anytime, if you have a life insurance policy and it's not an index, it's because the company does not offer it. And if they cannot offer it, they're not educated about it, they're not offering it to the public or to their, it's not part of their product offering, so they can't talk about it. And even if they talk about it, they can't give it to you because they don't offer it. But guess what? We do. Transamerica is the #1 selling IUL. We are the #1 provider 8 consecutive quarters. That is 2 years back to back. 2 years back to back. Transamerica, the #1 IUL company. all AM. AM Best, A1 Moody's, A Plus Global. As a professor, the last time I checked, my students would be mad with me if I don't give them an A, okay? An A. So when you have an IUL, now you could breathe a sense of relief. Now you know your financial foundation is solid. Now you know you ain't got to worry about taxes in the future. Now you know you ain't got to worry about losing money. You feel confident, you're tall, you're solid, you can sleep good at night. You don't care if the stock market drops tomorrow. You don't care if taxes go up tomorrow. No, you do not. Because you have a strong financial foundation. Now, with an IUL, there's a plethora of benefits, but tonight we're just going to focus on 4 for this slide. Your money can grow up to 13%. That's a lot. The last time I checked, no bank is giving you 13%. Now, you can get more than 13% in the stock market, right? Because I know some of you are probably thinking, well, Odette, I could get more than 13 in the stock market. Absolutely, you can. However, you're going to absolutely lose money in the stock market. 100%, you're going to lose money. In fact, you've already lost. Go look at your statement. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you've already lost. Go look at your statement. Go look at your statement, right? Now, with someone who has an IUL, yes, the cap is 13, but it's a trade-off because when the market is negative, we're still gonna make money. Not only that we're not going to lose a penny, we're still gonna make money, 0.75. So my other uncle, I got a lot of rich uncles, okay? My other uncle, Warren Buffett, talked about number 1 rule to investment, never ever lose money. Never ever lose money. What is he talking about? He's talking about index strategies. Never ever lose money. Rule number 2, remember rule number 1, never lose money. Never lose money. Wealthy people be knowing about these strategies. We just don't know about it. Most people don't know about it. And this is why we educate the public how money works. So the third box, this is a tax advantage account. Tax-free money means more money. This is another concept we got to grasp. If you have $1 million and your $1 million has to be taxed, do you have $1 million? Do you have $1 million? No, you do not. Because Uncle Sam is going to come tax it 30, 40, 50%. I don't know, but he's going to tax it. So you do not have $1 million. But what if you have $1 million cash value in your IUL, Index Universal Life? Well, it's $1 million. It's tax-free. It tells you right here, it is tax-free. Tax-free money means more money. And then the 4th box, you're also getting protection. If you drop dead the next day, there's a death benefit that's going to pay out. You may make 1 premium and you drop dead the next day, and now the insurance company got to pay out whatever you were covered for. $500,000, $250,000, $2 million, $3 million. It's ludicrous, right? You have a death benefit. You have protection on your life. You also have protection on your health because this plan offers living benefits. What is this? Well, if you get sick with a chronic, a critical, or a terminal illness, let's say you don't die. I spoke to a client today. Her husband passed away. He's had cancer since 2020. 3 years. 3 years he was not working. 3 years he was battling cancer. 3 years mortgage still had to get paid. 3 years those kids still had to eat and go to school. Where's the money coming from for 3 years while he's battling cancer? I said, did he have life insurance? When they reached out to me 3 years ago, it was too late. He was already diagnosed. Immediately, we got the wife and kids covered, thank God. They put him to rest this week. You think that family is going to think about not paying their IUL? They saw how much they just had to spend. They saw what the last 3 years was like, not having living benefits. When we get sick, The bills don't get sick. The bills are still gonna come. The bills are still gonna come when we get sick, right? So what we do is a big deal for family. Now, this is where I'm going to turn it over to my business partner, Shaman, who's been in this industry. He phenomenal. He's been doing this much longer than I have. He is a father. He's super passionate about this business as well. And Shaman, take it away. Do you want me to share the screen or you got it?
Excellent. No, keep what you have up. This is perfect. Okay. Everyone, please, let's give a big round of applause to Odetta really quick. Go ahead, give your thank you, your prayer hands, fire emojis, whatever you like to put up. Do that. I see you, T. Excellent. So happy to have you all. Again, my name is Shaman, but who cares about who I am? What I want to be able to do is translate this value to you. I'm here to give you world-class financial education. You will seriously have like a PhD when it comes to building wealth once I'm done with you, okay? But now, with that all being said, for all my business partners, I would love for you to go ahead, throw a one in the chat so I know who you are. Throw them ones up. If you was a business partner with us, put your ones in the chat. Okay, I see you, Andrea. Excellent. Who else?
Guys, if you want to see the Zoom,
who else?
If you want to see our
Happy
screen,
everybody.
you're going to have to get in the Zoom, right? Go to my website,
Diana,
odettaking.com/health and wealth, and you
see
can
you.
register and join us on the
Excellent.
Zoom.
So, for each and every one of you who are our business partners, I want to say thank you for coming on here again, and also for inviting, your guests. Don't you agree that we should have